Good evening, ladies.
Oh,
Good evening.
I hope everyone is doing well today.
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
not really. I lost a cousin yesterday.
What was that? Sorry.
Not really for me. I lost a cousin yesterday.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes, condolences.
Thank you.
I'm just checking to make sure everyone can hear me and see me. I'm just giving persons a few more minutes and then I will. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Dawn. I have enough feedback and I'm trying to fix that problem.
Hi, Charmaine.
Hi, Charmaine.
Hi guys, good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I am blessed, but
Wonderful. Hot? Really? Well, I shouldn't say really. It is hot, but they said depends on where you are. We should be getting a cold front, so I
Cold
don't know.
front. Yeah,
Yes,
cold front you're supposed to be getting
right. So
hot
I'm not
last
sure.
week.
starting tomorrow.
Oh, starting tomorrow. Okay. Well, I guess we have to get the heat first then, until the cold front reaches. All right. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for a while, and great. Okay. So I have everybody here. All right. Welcome again, ladies. It's nice to have you on this wonderful Sunday evening. And today, I hope everybody has their glass of wine, juice. I'm actually having tea tonight because Tweety and I can't have any wine or alcoholic stuff right now. So we're having tea. So welcome. I hope you have something to sip on while we play our trivia tonight. And let's see who's going to walk away with the prize tonight or who's going to win the game for the surprise prize tonight. And I hope you have been rewatching the other videos, so it will be very easy for you to answer the questions as they come along. Hi, Kenya. How are you? Welcome.
I'm good, thank you. Hope you're good too.
Yes, I I see you have a waving gallery over there, Kenya. All right, so I am actually going to share my screen and I am going to share my screen and we are going to, if I can find it, first I think I need to open it before I can share it. Isn't that how it works? Just one second. You all know that this lady over here is quite a little technophobe, so it takes me a little while to do the normal stuff, okay? So, all right, back to sharing my screen. So let's go share screen. All right, so tonight we're playing trivia. And we have 10 very, very easy questions that we're going to go through tonight. But first, we just need to go through the rules of the game tonight. So the game consists of 3 rounds of questions. You all have limited time to read and drop your answers in the chat. And that is 10 seconds. So I will read the questions. And once I finish reading the questions, you have 10 seconds within which to answer the question. Then only the top 3 correct answers will be selected from each question. So once I finish reading the question, you have 10 seconds to drop your answer in the chat, but only the top 3 correct answers will be selected from each question. And then the person who is most consistent from each round will be the winner. However, if we have a tie at the end, then we are going to have one additional question, a bonus question, and the person who answers correctly the fastest in the chat will be the winners. No, you're not supposed to be taking out your smartphones, your tablets, your laptops, your notebooks, or anything to get the answers. It's just from what you know, having experienced perimenopause or menopause, or what you have been reading in preparation to get in there, or what you have been learning from these lives in the last few months. All right? I don't hear anybody. Nobody's happy with that.
Okay.
Oops.
Oh my God.
Trust me, they're easy questions, so don't worry about it. They're very, very easy questions. So you don't have to worry about it. So we're going to get into the first round, which has 3 questions. Round 2 has 3 questions, and then round 4 has 4 questions. So there are 10 questions in all. And as I said, they're easy peasy, cheesy questions, so you don't have to worry. All right? And you've been coming to enough of these sessions to know that you can answer them quick o'clock. Okay. Are you ready? Show of hands for the persons who are ready. So question 1 is, and as I said, once I finish reading the question, the person who answers the quickest in the chat, those first 3 correct answers will go through. And I shouldn't show you the question so quickly, but anyway, which nutrition is important for maintaining bone density during menopause? And your 10 seconds start now. So the person who drops the answer quickest in the chat gets and I think this first question, you're going to have a little extra time to answer. Oh my gosh, did I just give you the answer? I think everybody got number 1 right. Everybody got
It's actually easy too.
Oh, so
right.
I have to type in the chat. So,
Yes. So if you haven't dropped it in the chat, then you already lost out on 1 question.
what?
All right. So let me repeat the rules of the game. Once I read the question, you have 10 seconds to answer the question in the chat. I will select the top 3 correct answers from the chat after each question, after each round, and see who is the winner for that round, or who are the winners for that round. At the end of the game, the person who is most consistent in terms of correct answers and time will be the winner for the game. if there's a tie, so if, for example, say Kenya and Charmaine have the correct answers for all 10 questions, then, and they were the first two persons that answered every single time for all questions, then I'm going to throw in a bonus question. And whoever answers first in the chat, remember, you have to type your answers in the chat. All right. So we're going to move on to question 2. So the answer for question 1 was calcium. We all know, this is not playing. Right. The answer for that is calcium. And we are recommended to either eat more calcium-rich foods, or if you can't have foods that are highly rich in calcium, you have foods that have added calcium to it. So for those who can't have dairy, etc., you have other foods that have added calcium to it, or you can take calcium supplements. And you can always speak to your general practitioner, your doctor, to see which one they would recommend for you to take. All right. Hi, Carrie, welcome. I hope you got question 1 as well, because I basically gave away the answer for question 1. All right. So we're moving on to question 2. And question 2 is, what hormone decreases significantly during menopause? And your 10 seconds start now. What hormone decreases significantly during menopause? 3, 2, 1. Your time stops now. And the answer
Next
for
time,
that,
make it A, B, C, D, E, please.
oh, yes.
Some of us cannot spell very fast and I never got me into typing school.
Well, you can actually, because they're A, B, C, or D, if you actually write A, B, C, or D, I'll know which one it is. So that's fine.
Oh, no, no, come with that now. Make her write out the word. No, come with that now. It should have been at the beginning of the game. Now make it easy for some and harder for some of we. Some of we not gonna remember the rules change. No. Write out the word.
But is you did what you say A, B, C, or D, no, so I'm giving you the option now to make your life easier.
No, man. Write out the word. Write out the word.
You know what? You know what? It's easier again. Okay, so estrogen is the hormone that decreases significantly during menopause. All right, so we're going to the last question in round 1. And that question is, which vitamin is crucial for bone health during menopause? Which vitamin is crucial for bone health during menopause? Your 10 seconds starts now. 3, 2, 1, time up. Who got that right? Who can tell me what it is? I'm not going to look in the chat yet. I want someone to just open their mics and tell me which one was the answer.
Vitamin D.
Aha, okay, great. So, somebody said, really, that doesn't sound like they got that right at all. Alrighty. Well, I can type fast though, the chat is. All right, so the first question in round 1 went to, because even though you get it right, if you weren't the first person who answered, then I'm so sorry. The first 3 persons who answered, then I'm sorry, you missed out on the opportunity right there. So the first question has Dawn, Kenya, and Alrica in the lead because they answered first. All right. For question 2, For question 2, we have Charmaine, then Marsha, then Carrie Ann. Wow. This looks like it's going to come down to some serious thing at the end, you know.
Miss, Miss, Miss,
Yes, Miss?
could you please look at that again for
For
question 2? Yes.
question 2, yes, I saw Charmaine, then Marsha, then Carrie Ann, then Dawn. Dawn, you were a few seconds after Carrie Ann. You know that me sound like he's a school teacher and one of the very bad school teacher them. Miss, sorry, Dawn. But you did for the third question, Dawn. You were the first person who answered. So you see, you made up for it. So Dawn, Alrica, and Carrie Ann are leading for round 1. It's quite interesting. We have Dawn, we have Keena, we have Alrica. Well, everybody answered at different times. It's going to be interesting to see who comes down to the wire when we hit round 2, which we are going to get into round 2 now. But before I get into round 2, yes. Oh, I thought I saw somebody. Somebody has their hand up. I'm not sure who has their hands raised.
I think those are old hands from a long time. I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, Keena, you have your hand up. You wanted to say something?
Oh no, I was from the beginning. So sorry. Let me lower it.
Okay, I just lowered it for you. That's all right.
Okay, thanks.
All right. So next, we are moving on to round 2. Oops, what's happening here? Okay, so round 2. First question. How does estrogen impact vaginal health during menopause? How does estrogen impact vaginal health during menopause? Your 10 seconds starts now. Let's who is coming. Dawn is in. Oh no, Kina first. Wow. Let's see. It's the Kina went the easier way though. All right. For fairness.
Too much to type, man. Come on.
Whoops. Ugh. So,
Oh my God.
all right. So we're gonna go back to the even if you don't type out everything that is there, as long as it represents the answer that is there based on what is there, then we will accept the answer. So we're going to ensure that we stick to typing out the answer, seeing that we didn't have a vote on letter versus answer. So we're going to stick to typing out the answers. All right. But so for question 4, we have Kenya. Oops. Oh, I just do. We have Kenya, Dawn, and then Marsha. All right, so we're going to move on to the next question. Let me make sure it's the right one.
I can hardly see them.
You're not able to see it?
I'm using my phone, so by the time I'm to try and figure out the writing, then go to the chat, it is a bit ticklish. Yes.
I'm so sorry. Can you put your phone in what's that mode now? This one, the horizontal mode.
Oh,
You might be able to see it better that way. If you put it
yes.
in, right. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to go into question 5, which is what is the average age for menopause to begin? Your 10 seconds start now.
Yes.
What is the average age for menopause to begin? 10 seconds starts now. And your 10-second is up. And we have, who is this first though? Marsha first, then no Karen. And I come back. No Dawn. Wow. I said menopause, not perimenopause.
As opposed to perimenopause. Yeah.
I deliberately did it like that. I deliberately did it like that. Because even though it is called menopause, there are different categories. So you have perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. So the entire cycle is called menopause. However, you have perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. There's actually a fourth category that some websites will refer to, which is called premenopause, which is what most of us would be in before we get to perimenopause, when you're senior period from your teenage years up to your 40s. So the answer for this is 50, and the only person who got that right was Marsha. Congrats, Marsha. And Dawn said typho.
Right? Dawn at 59.
So I can actually give it to Carrion because no, Carrion had answered at the beginning and it answered down the end too. Oh no. I thought you hadn't answered any at all, but it's the first 3 correct answers that will go through. All right, so we're on to question number 6. Let me see where question number 6 is in the lineup. Number 6, name one common symptom of perimenopause. One common symptom of perimenopause, and your 10 seconds starts now. And we're done. And let's see who gets that right. The first, Dawn, I'm still laughing at your answers. Marsha, Kenya, and Dawn get that one right. So it's Marsha in the lead, then Kenya, and then Dawn. This is going to be quite interesting. I have to go average out all of this now. Okay? All right, so the answer to that was decreased libido. So if you had low libido or decreased libido, then you'd get the answer. All right? And so we're moving on to actually, that was the last one in round 2. So in round 2, we have, actually, in round 2, we have the person with the most correct answers. In round 2 is actually Marsha. So round 2 is Marsha so far. And round 1, I still need to figure out who's round 1 now, because I think I'm going to have to do a bonus special just for round 1. And then we'll see who pans out in round 2. So round number 3. So we're on to our last round. And this round has 4 questions. They're just as easy, and it's still 10 seconds to answer. So get your fingers ready to answer questions number 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right? Let's go. So the first question in round 3, which is, as I call it, fun time, is what is a common method to address hot flashes without medication? What is a common method to address hot flashes without medication? And your 10 seconds starts no. No, Marsha. Marsha, Kenya, and Karian are in the top. Wow. This is going on to the wise, like you guys are on fire now. So we have Marsha, then we have Kenya, we have Karian in the lead for that question. Dawn, you missed out. Boy, Dawn, there's something going on here with you and Karian. You know, you always answer like either one a few seconds before each other or a few seconds after each other. Your computer's doing something. And the answer is dressing in the answer is dressing in layers. Why? The easiest way to regulate your temperature is to wear layers during perimenopause. Well, let me use the word broad menopause, especially if you're going through hot flashes. Hot flashes. Why? Because it's easier to remove different pieces. So if you get too cold, you would have had on the thin layer, the different layers, and preferably thin cotton pieces. So you would be able to have on your different layers if you get too cold. And then when you start getting too hot, you can remove different layers so that you can cool down quicker. So that's why they recommend dressing in layers when you're going through menopause. All right. So we're on to question number 8. And that one is coming up in a few seconds. What do we call, oh wow, my stop. What do we call the stubborn belly fat that seems to appear during menopause? And your 10 seconds starts now. No, man. You guys are really, oh no, because I gave you the answers. I gave everybody, so everybody should get that. But the persons who are still quick on the draw is Kerry, Dawn, Keena. I just can't believe I gave you the answers just like that. And you all know what that muffin top is. So most persons have the middle age, what they call the middle age muffin top, where you get the extra fat around the tummy, which is usually very hard to get rid of. Not everybody gets it, but for the ones who do get it, it's sometimes very hard to get rid of. And that's why it's important that we continue to exercise, we continue to eat properly, and ensure that we take care of ourselves when we're going through menopause. It's not necessarily the easiest things to do because you're so tired from, especially the persons who get it really, really bad. You're always so tired that you can't find time to do your normal things. And so you put yourself on the back burner. So you're not working out, you're not taking care of yourself properly, you're not sleeping enough, you're not getting any relaxation time and that kind of stuff. And all of those things affects our bodies in different ways. People put on weight because they're not eating properly. And then most of that weight goes into your stomach, your tummy region, right? So that's why they call it the midlife muffin top. I'm already developing a midlife muffin top, but I don't intend to carry mine into any age beyond now. So I've started to work on that. All right, so let me not give away the next question or the next answer, I should say. So the next one is, what is a common misconception about menopause? Your 10 seconds start now. Let's see who is in the chat already. All right, so we have Dawn first, Marsha next, Keena. So we have Dawn first, Marsha, and then Keena. All right. So yes, we certainly won't be having it eternal use from this, nor is it that only a few women get affected by it. and it doesn't occur overnight. It starts over a period of time. So perimenopause starts from your early 40s. As a matter of fact, research has shown where it can start from as early as in your late 30s or early 30s, right? So there's no escaping it. You may not have all the symptoms, and some people never have any of the symptoms. So they are quite lucky. But there are other persons who have varied levels of symptom, are affected differently and have varied levels of stress or whatever else they have from the different symptoms that they encounter and go through. All right, so we're on to our last question. Can you believe it? We're on to our last question. We're coming down to the wire. We're on to our last question. And question number 10 is, in menopause lingo, what's a playful nickname for memory lapses? And your 10 seconds starts now. Dawn and Marsha and Carrion are fighting a big battle here. So we have Dawn coming in at first, then we have Marsha, then we have Carrion. Wow, this was exciting. We have Dawn, Marsha, and then Carrion. I don't understand. Alrika and Charmaine, what happened to you guys? What's going on?
I can't type fast enough.
Well, you could type pieces of the word, So like if you have, like this has idea hurricanes, you type idea, you type piece of hurricane. The answer would still be correct. Charmaine, I don't see Charmaine, you're having problems with your phone still?
Yes, so
I'm so sorry.
I keep clicking on the return button and it keeps coming off Zoom. And what I need to do is just click on chat. So I realize I'm having that challenge. I'm like, okay, Charmaine, just stop.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So you never got to answer any of the questions, but don't worry. At some point in one of our other sessions, we'll have another game. And by that time, we'll be so seasoned. And the questions will get harder at that time.
I'll
But
be using the laptop the next time.
we become so seasoned that I'll have to have a moderator who is just taking scores because you guys were on fire just now. I could hardly, before I finish reading and start, your 10 seconds was like 5 seconds in. Everybody was on it and answering, and that's good. So let's see now in round 3. Let's see who we have here as the lead. Wow, this is quite hard. Wow. Let me see who's the most consistent throughout all of them. That is so. Boy, you guys putting me in a precarious position right now. Wow. So our winner for round 3 is Dawn. Our winner for round 2 was Marsha. And I need to now go back to round 1 to see who I have as my winner for round 1.
It's supposed to be the top 3, no, so? Or something like that.
Yeah, but it's a top 3 for each question. So then once I go through that, I have to select who actually went through with all of them and got, and so it comes down to the second sometimes. And round 1 was the hardest actually, because there are so many different persons. And the person who answered the most as well. So wow, I think I have Dawn being the one for not round 1 as well. Yay. So for round 1, I have Dawn. For round 2, it's Marsha. And for round 3, it is Dawn. So here is the fun part. Because I have Dawn for round 1 and round 2, and for round 1 and 3, and Dawn for Marsha, sorry, for round 2, I am going to do the bonus question now. And the bonus question, let me see which one of these questions I'm going to use a bonus because y'all are a little bit too bright and too quick on the draw. So let's see who first gets the bonus question. Let me see, did I have the bonus question up on this? I want to make sure, that I have the bonus question up on this. Yes, I do. So my bonus question is, and I'm going to read it to you now, and then the first answer in the chat between Dawn and Marsha is the winner. And the bonus question is, what is the most serious negative effect of menopause? What is the most serious effect of menopause? Wow, menopause. And your selections are, what is going on with my computer? Your 10 seconds starts now. All right, so Marsha answered A and Dawn answered C. And the actual answer is none of the above.
So but there's no none of the above right there. There's no none of the above.
No, you answered A, which is hot flashes.
Oh, so
That's
it's
not
B
the
then.
answer.
B and C.
Dawn answered C, which is heart disease, and that's not the answer. The answer is actually B and C, which is osteoporosis and heart disease. Because we're losing calcium, we lose a lot more calcium while aging for one, and during menopause. So that's why it's important that we add calcium supplements or have more foods with calcium in our foods. So we develop, and that's why women usually have osteoporosis or suffer from osteoporosis more than men in some instances. And then because cholesterol levels rise during menopause, if you are already prone to heart disease, you can now end up with the effects of that. And that's why I think, if I remember correctly from the research, women die quicker from heart attacks than men. Kina, you have your hand up?
Oh, sorry. I was saying that I said B and C before you started talking, but it's okay.
Oh, okay. Right. So yes. So the answer is osteoporosis and heart disease. And ladies, that's why it is so important for us to do the things that we need to do. We need to ensure that we do our annual blood work. So we make sure that our cholesterol levels are okay, or thyroid levels are okay, or blood glucose levels are okay. All the different things that can affect us are okay. That's why it's important that we eat healthier as we get older and start from now. So it's easier because anything you start from now will become easier as you go along, especially if you consistently do it. So we need to start eating healthier. We need to work out. Make exercise a part of your daily routine. And if it is that you can't go to a gym, if you can't if you don't like working out alone at home, I mean, there are lots of things on YouTube that you can use, but if you don't like doing any of that, then for me, what I do is that I spend a lot of time in my garden. And not only do I get exercise from that, but it reduces my stress levels as well. And once you reduce your stress levels, you reduce things like increased cholesterol production, which lowers your risk for heart disease. So you see that we're affected by so many different things, and so many of them are intertwined and comes back down to how we eat, our stress levels, whether or not we're exercising, etc. All right. So, ladies, we have our. No, we don't. Actually, they both got it wrong. So I'm going to have to now pull for my next bonus question. I just realized. But in pulling for that question, ladies, what will happen this time around is that you're going to have to open your mics and answer, because I don't have it up here, because I never thought that I would need a bonus number 2. So you're going to have to open your mics and answer that question. So whoever opens their mic and answers correctly will be the winner. I'm actually going to. All right, to make it a little bit easier, I'm actually going to put the. How do you want to do this, ladies? Do you want me to write the answers in the chat and then you just quickly grab which one it is? Or
Just
you
give
just
us
want me
2
to?
prizes, one for Marsha and one for me.
I'm with Dawn.
Like that. Okay.
Can even share the
Oh,
one present too.
see that you're both in agreement with how this should go. And at the beginning, nobody was agreed as to whether or not they should go with A or
Or
B or
Dawn can
type in
have
the
mine
answer.
if it's not something that can translate over here.
All right. I love this. I love this. Well, we have 2 winners tonight then. I won't say first or second. We have 2 winners. And our winners are Dawn and Marsha.
Yeah.
And not that the rest of you are not winners. I know that some of you had technical challenges. That's fine. As I said, there will be other game nights later on down in the year. I won't have one next month. The next month will be um, another topic with hopefully
Thank
the
you.
guest speaker that I'm trying to get for that one. But yes, Dawn and Marsha are the winners for tonight. And the prize is a nice potted plant from
A
my
nice
garden.
potted plant. Well, Dawn, enjoy. Send me pictures as it grows, please. Please send pictures to Auntie.
So
Which
the
means Dawn, it cannot die. It has to live.
so the prize is a nice potted plant from my garden. So Dawn will be
Then if people in foreign win, is how it would have go.
Well, there was another option, but seeing that you quickly said that, you will pass on your gift to Dawn.
All
The
right,
other
no
gift,
problem.
other
Save it for the
gift,
next game. Save it for
right?
the
The other
next game.
gift is now going to be back in on put back on the shelf for the next time, for the next game.
All right, no problem.
Right. But there was something if for persons who would have won from overseas, yes. Um, but Miss Dawn, you are a recipient of a wonderful plant from my garden. And
Thank
I
you.
will,
I'm looking forward to seeing it.
yes, and I'll have it delivered one day this week. And you can take pictures of it and send it to Auntie Marsha. And as she said, try not to kill it. Ensure that it grows. But yes, but which one of these questions really stood out to you, ladies, tonight in terms of the answer that was there?
I didn't know about the muffin business.
Let me stop sharing this screen. Okay, you didn't know about the muffin top.
Yes,
right.
I forgot to type that one. It was clueless.
Well, maybe because you don't have a muffin top, Marsha. Maybe could that be it?
Any one of them could work, pot belly and all these things, but I never heard the term before.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna make up what it might be.
Okay, well, guess what? You're not alone. I found out the name for it when I was actually doing the questions, trying to come up with the questions. That's when I found out that was what it was actually called. So I was like, oh wow. Oh, I'm just jumping in the chat and I'm liking that. Yes, Carrie, the plant knew best. Oh gosh. Wow, yes, I love it. Yes, yes, Alrica, the answer was on the screen. Can you believe it? Yes, I made a a boo-boo there with two of the question, where the answer is actually up on the screen while I was reading the question to y'all. So nobody should have gotten
Even
that
notice
wrong.
that. Didn't notice that at all.
Nobody should have gotten any of those things wrong. But one of the things, and I think that's going to be our next topic because so much of it went back to that today, is the whole issue of estrogen levels, the fact that during menopause they fall and they have ripple effects for us. Yes, Charmaine, go ahead.
Just a question here. I have been to the gynecologist and aware that no one can tell when I asked the doctor at what point will I enter menopause, and he was like, he doesn't know.
Right.
I am just wondering, is there a marker I am supposed to use? Because
What
last year I thought I was like, oh yeah, I'm now into it. And then to my surprise, after 8 months,
she came
it
back.
returned. And then
Right.
now, from that until now, nothing.
Okay.
Is it
Well,
that
one
I'm
of the
close to menopause now?
well, I'm going to answer you based on all the things that we have been discussing over the past few months and what I've learned myself. And one of the things I would recommend is that you ask your gynecologist to do a hormone test for you. I'm going to tell you the name of it shortly. I hope I can remember what it is because I did it earlier last year when I was going through a whole slew of symptoms. I wasn't sure what is what. And because I don't have a period normally, so it's hard to tell if your period, because let me back up a bit. The marker is if you have missed your period for 12 full months. So the fact that yours came back after 8 months, you're still not fully into menopause yet. You're still in premenopause, perimenopause, I should say. So the fact that it has come back, you are not fully in menopause as yet. It has to disappear for a full 12 months before 12 consecutive months, as Dawn said, right? 12 consecutive months. And that is when they will tell you that, yes, you entered menopause. Separate and apart from that, and I have it in my notes here that I was making for today's session. I just hope I can um, find it back. I'm trying to find a different document. There is a hormone test that you can do. I'm just hoping I could have remembered the name of the test, but you can ask him or
You
her.
can tell me and I'll tell her later.
Right. There's a hormone test that you can do, and that hormone test looks at your estrogen levels and a whole heap of, it looks at quite a few things, and from it they can say, okay, um, yes, you are now in menopause because these levels, and they watch it over a period of time too. So I think you do the test consecutively over either consecutively for a few months. And I don't know if it's like they skip a few months in between. The doctor will be able to advise you on that. Or they do it over a year or two and then see how those levels are. And that will help to determine whether or not you're fully into menopause. But you can also look at the symptoms you're having, but you have to have had a missed period of 12 consecutive months. That's what all the research says. Does that help?
Didn't know that one.
Yeah, 12 consecutive months. I'm actually, if you see me looking down, I'm actually trying to find a note I had on that particular question because that was going to be a question that I had, but I said, you know what, most persons may not know the, Okay, the blood test can help confirm if you're beginning menopause. The test measures the level of your follicle stimulating hormone. And that is because the pituitary gland releases this hormone to stimulate the ovaries to release follicles or eggs. A blood test that measures the hormone along with other symptoms such as hot flashes, your period ending, confirms perimenopause at the stage right before menopause. So they can do the test. I will look for the name of it and give it to Marshall. And I will also drop it in the description of the YouTube video as well, so that persons who may have a similar question can get the answer from there. But as I was saying before, the next session that we'll be doing, which is on the next Sunday's session, which will be on March the 3rd, we'll be having discussions about estrogen and the impact that it has on our bodies, our lifestyle, everything, and what we need to do to combat that so that we're not prone to a lot of the diseases that can occur when estrogen levels fall. All right, so that will be our session on March 3rd. We'll be talking about estrogen. So hopefully a lot more of these questions that you have can be answered during that time. And as I said, hopefully the guest speaker that I want to have for that session will be available for that date. They haven't confirmed it, but hopefully they will be. If they are not available for that date, then I may have to shift it and do something else on the 4th, on the 3rd, because I really want us to have that conversation, because that one little hormone wreaks so much havoc on our bodies once it starts to deplete. All right. So that's it for today, ladies. As usual. Oh, I was going to start out our session this way, and so I'm going to end it this way because we didn't have all the persons coming on at first. The last time when we did our session, we started out by asking what is one word you'd use to describe how you're feeling right now, etc. But I'm going to change it today, and I'm going to ask, what are you grateful for right now at this point in time? Can be a word, a sentence, whatever it is, but what is it that you're grateful for at this point? And as usual, I'll start first, and then I'll have everybody open their mics and tell us what they're grateful for, and then we'll use that to close off the evening. So my thing is, I'm grateful for friendships. I don't think I could have made it this far. I don't think I could have remained this sane, although it's still questionable whether or not I'm sane. But I don't think I could have made it this far and be this sane without the friendships that I have. I value my friendships. I'm thankful for them. I'm forever grateful for the persons that have come into my life, and I don't take it for granted. And so that is the one thing that right now I'm very grateful. I mean, I have a lot of other things I could be grateful for, but at this point in time, that is what I'm grateful for. All right, who is next?
I'm gonna go next, Deon. Because
Carrie.
yes, this is Carrie Ann, because that's what came to mind too for me, friendship.
Oh, wow.
Trust me, good friend better than pocket money. Trust
Any
me.
day of the week,
Any
girl.
day.
Any
Yeah.
day of the week. By the way, I love to see you.
We work on that.
Yes.
All right.
All right. But yes, thank you, Carrie, for sharing. Who else?
Me,
Okay, Charmaine, go ahead.
I am truly, truly grateful for life. Reason being, I have been through so many things, and if it had not been for the mercy of God, I would not have been here. And I am just thankful and basking in His mercies towards me, despite of my sinful ways. He has mercy on me, and I'm grateful that I'm alive today because of His mercies that have kept me.
Wonderful. I love that, Charmaine. I really love that. Um, I'm gonna do Dawn's own next. She's in a noisy background, so she has typed it. She says, I'm grateful for life, love, family, and friends. Yeah. I think we're all grateful for life, for the love that we have, and for our family and friends. Um, but Charmaine, trust me, that message, yes, I'm there with you. Lovely. Who is next?
I'll go next.
I
It's Kenya.
too. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
All right, Kenya, go ahead.
Okay, I'm grateful for open minds, for the willingness to look in the mirror and see ourselves and see when we need to correct course or stay the course, but just being open to seeing ourselves for who we are.
I love that. I really love that. For staying the course, for looking in the mirror and seeing who we are. Yes, that's a great message. Points to correct, points to keep. Yeah, lovely. All right, Alrica.
I too am grateful for life in the situation that is currently happening. Um, Life is short. You never know when, and I'm just grateful for life today.
Yeah. I just had this conversation yesterday with some friends, and the fact that at our age, we now see the things that our parents, we used to wonder why our parents used to always seem to be going to funerals and stuff like that. And now we are actually seeing that for ourselves. And it's even harder now because more young persons or age, not even the older persons or age, um, are passing on, which is sad. And it, as you rightly said, it reminds us of how short life is and how much we need to appreciate the life that we have currently, and just be grateful. Be grateful for the life you have and live your life. Stop worrying about what everybody is going to think, do, say, etc. Because they're going to think it, they're going to do it, and they're going to say it anyway. So live your life exactly how you want to live it. Um, my thing has always been, you have a conscience, let it be your guide. And um, at the same time, live your life how you want to live it. You're the only one that's answerable to the man up above, nobody else. So live your life and just try not to hurt anybody in doing so. All right. Who else do I have that hasn't spoken yet? I think Marsha.
Spoken yet. I'm grateful for the wonderful persons that God has blessed me with, family and friends, especially those who believe in me more than I believe in myself. Those are the extra special ones. Really, really grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Yeah, yes, and that's why I think I started out by saying that I'm grateful for my friends because they push me, they support me, they're not judgmental, they whip me into shape when I need to be whipped into shape, and that kind of thing. As a matter of fact, and I'm going to tell you this little story before we close out. Dawn says, "Live for a purpose." Yes, I'm still trying to figure out what my purposes are, and I say purposes purposefully because I think I'm given a task by the Father above, and I'm just trying to go through and do what is sent down to me to do. And I'll put it like that. But the story I was going to tell you is that I wasn't going to do this evening session because of other things that are happening, and because I'm also not feeling well, etc. And a friend of mine, who shall remain nameless, but I thank her nonetheless, said a few things to me and made me, you know, come back to me to say that I started this live for a reason. And yes, I may not have all the persons online that I hope to have most times, but for the persons who make the effort to be here every first Sunday with me, I owe it to those persons to continue to do what it is that has been downloaded to my spirit to do, and I will continue to do it to the best of my ability and to share the knowledge as much as it comes. Um, yes, Marcia, thank you. One of them is what you are doing now. Yes. I'm surprised by the responses that I get outside of this platform. when other persons come across it on YouTube or wherever they come across it and watch it, I'm surprised by the responses I get from it. They are not responses that I anticipated. But when I get those responses and when you guys make the effort to be here every single first Sunday with me, it makes me realize that I need to keep pushing and I need to keep creating and I need to keep doing this because there's so much out there that needs to be said, about this. And um, the problem that we as women have, which is what Charmaine just brought to the fore today, again, is that when you go to these doctors, most of them have not sat down. And this is research that speaks about it, and not just me opening my mouth and saying it. Male doctors, especially, do not take our situation seriously and they do not spend time to find out all that affects us and how it can be treated, and especially as Black women. And I'm actually going to look for, there is actually a research paper that was done on this. So it's not just me talking, it is something that has been researched and written about. Black women in particular face a what's the word I'm looking for? Our feelings or things that we're going through are not thought about really. As far as they're concerned, we're just being miserable and we're just being women. So therefore, do not take us seriously in that regard. And that translates for so many different things in the workplace, in the personal life, in everything else. They minimize our issues, as Dawn said. Thank you, Dawn. They minimize our issues. And that is why we have to have more forums like this where we speak openly about these situations and these issues and try to help each other through it. So it becomes easier for us to deal with as we go through because sometimes it's not easy. I can tell you I haven't had an easy patch going through this. And I pray that for persons here on this platform or otherwise watching, that if you're going through these things, you have support because you need to have support to be able to not lose your mind because can feel as if you are losing your mind actually, and that is a serious thing. All right. Marsha says you have created a forum to help others. Yes, Marsha, I think I have, not think, I have, and I'm hoping that what I'm doing is helping. And as I said, I'm grateful for each and every one of you who join whenever I have these sessions and to be also open enough to share what is happening with you. All right. So as usual, thank you ladies for joining on this Sunday afternoon or this Sunday evening, depending on wherever you are or wherever you're watching from. I really appreciate it. I know you could be doing something else with your Sunday afternoon. And I really appreciate that you're here, that you're sharing with others. And for those persons who are watching, I hope that the information that you gain from this will be helpful and that you will also share the information with others. All right. Have a wonderful week ahead. May you be blessed. May you be safe and be kind to yourself and others. All right. Have a wonderful week, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you, and same to you.
Thank
Night.
you. And I'll see you on March 3rd at the same time, same place with another wonderful topic. All right.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am. We'll be here.
All right.
I'll be here too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye bye.